Jim, thanks very much. Thanks to you and all your staff here at the museum. I can't tell you how thrilled we are to continue this partnership with you and to have such a prized piece of real estate here at the museum. It's terrific collaboration, and we thank you. And also Susan Bennett, who is soon to be retiring here, but also is, I'm very proud to say, a member of our board. My thanks to her and everyone else here at the museum. I also want to acknowledge the person who's been running this Freedom of the Press survey for a number of years, Karen Karliker, who is here and actually is still, frankly, on maternity leave, I believe. But we're very pleased that Karen is able to come down from New York to join us, and hopefully in the not too distant future, her new daughter Maya will be filling your shoes and taking over. Jennifer Dunham, who also did a terrific job and making this report possible. My sincere thanks to you, Jennifer, for all your work. Brett Nelson and Tyler Roylance at our New York office were also critical to getting this report together. And my thanks to all my colleagues here in Washington for putting today's event together and tapping into the Freedom of the Press events this week here in Washington. I also want to thank some funders who make this report possible, in particular the Leon Levy Foundation and the Hereford Foundation, as well as the Ottaway Foundation, the Jyllands Posten Foundation in Denmark, who also just renewed their support, and we're grateful for that. The Free Press Unlimited from the Netherlands as well, along with Google, the Bradley Foundation, the Lilly Endowment, Kirby Foundation, and the late Walter Schloss, who was an invaluable member of our board and sadly died earlier this year after a very healthy 95 years of life. The Freedom of the Press report has been issued since 1980, and it's an annual survey that we produce along with our Freedom of the World report, which is just a little bit older, produced since 1972. And this year's report is titled Breakthroughs and Pushback in the Middle East. It's not a surprise that the events in the Middle East and North Africa of last year continue to dominate the news when it comes to issues of freedom of the press and freedom more broadly and human rights. And as Karen will explain, there have been developments both positive and negative in the region, and I'll let her get into the details. But it is noteworthy that due to some downgrades in countries that were previously considered free, the percentage of the world's population living in societies with a fully free press has actually fallen to its lowest level in over a decade. There are now some 14.5% of the world's inhabitants who live in countries with a truly free press, while 45% had a partly free press and 40.5% lived in countries where the press were deemed not free.